Man, so we just finished up my last project, the 2006 Acura TL, the ultimate daily, my new daily. Now the new project, I'm sure you saw in the title, I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail. We are about to get started on that right away. Now as I had a little bit of transition time, I wanted to start to work on my V8 swapped Honda Accord. This is a 1988 Honda Accord. I'm sure you may or may not have seen it, but I wanted to change the oil, clean it up a little bit because I plan on taking it out to a show this weekend. So this car is about to be out of here. The new car is about to be in here, and I cannot wait to get started on it.
And now, you're watching the Marry the Dump Truck and Buy the Melons, you feel me? Channel of YouTube. Welcome to Boostedboiz.
Hey, so what is up and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me yet again on another video. So with this car, the red hatch, I am definitely extremely excited to get to work on the car. Now with this car in my channel and what I do, this car is going to come in red and it is going to leave red, but it's going to be much more than that. Whenever I'm working on a car, I try to add a few custom little touches and details to really leave my mark on the car without going over the top. Of course, I'm not going to do anything obnoxious without talking to Kyle first. But I'm definitely going to be doing a couple of cool things, and I cannot wait to show you all of that and everything that is to come. So Kyle should be here any minute. We got Lola wanting me to throw the ball. I'm going to get to that because she's being a little bit demanding. But Kyle will be here in a second, and we'll check in with him on what he's got going on. Alright, so Kyle just pulled up. As you can see, man, that's the hatch. I've known this car for a long time, been following it for a while, so it's really cool. Kind of surreal for me to be working on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the V8 swapped Honda Accord out of here. We'll get his car pulled in here, give you a rundown of what the plan is, and then go from there. Super happy to see the car. What's up, man? How's the drive?
What's up, dude? It's been like 2 years.
I know, dude, since the Waggo. That was a fun project. Now I'm doing this full time, so this is going to be a lot easier for me to make the car look that much better, that much faster. So give us a quick rundown. What do you think? Do we want to do red and black or everything red, mirrors, trim?
So I was looking on pictures online, just what I think looks best, and I was really starting to like just the all red. So this car always had the kind of black trim pieces, the black side skirts, the black moldings, black mirrors, and before we had the carbon fiber doors, you know, we had the black molding on the red doors there. And I always liked that, but if I have the opportunity to paint the whole car, I really do like when they go all red with it. So they paint the moldings red, the side skirts red, the mirrors red, and go full red. I was thinking of leaving the wing untouched. That's just a little carbon fiber wing that's on there, but I kind of want to change it up a little bit since we have the opportunity, and I think we're just going to go full red with everything.
You said some parts are on the way, right? So we're switching out the front end. We got a couple other miscellaneous parts. Might be doing the interior. We're just going to see how it plays out, right? But either way, man, I'm excited to be doing the car.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, I got a hood coming your way, fenders, front bumper. We still got to do the headlights because we're going to change it over to the 99 to 2000 front end. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do about the hood exit just yet because, you know, if I have you paint a nice new hood for us, I'm not sure if we want to keep everything where it's at because I had plans of switching the turbo kit around in the future. So there's a chance I might just have you put it together, and we'll just take the downpipe and wastegate off and just shut the hood, and we can pull it in and out without that. And then we're gonna have to retain the hood latches in some way because it doesn't have the factory hood latch anymore. But I was switching to I wanted to switch them over to the plastic style ones that flip up, not these kind of chintzy metal ones. And just kind of clean all that stuff up. And then I wanted to get rid of these guys as well, and actually use the normal clips to hold those on instead of zip ties. And then you can see the corner of the bumper is falling off
right.
in the past, and the wheel is eating it up, or the tire.
And the new fender, when it gets here, I'll just roll them. I'll just roll them real quickly. That'll be real easy before paint.
Yeah, do you have a roller?
I don't have a roller.
I do have one. I should have brought it with me. But that's what I was going to say. Yeah, if we just give them a quick roll.
You want it flared kind of like that too?
It doesn't even need to be this aggressive, but just a good, decent roll, and we'll call that good. I went real aggressive on these because I had a big 26-inch tire when it was front-wheel drive, and I had to put the biggest tire I could on the front. But now that it's all-wheel drive, I'm going to be able to run, you know, much smaller tire and still get away with, you know, hooking up just fine.
And I'll tell you one thing, man. I appreciate you getting new parts because the amount of time that it saves me from having to work them, it's worth it, easily worth it, to just get a new bumper or a new hood. And it's not that expensive, right?
The shipping's what's expensive, honestly. But it wasn't, I mean, to be honest, it was probably close to like $600 for everything.
Yeah. And dude, I'm super excited to be doing it. I estimate probably 4 to 6 weeks if I take my time. Maybe a little longer if we do the interior or the inside, and we'll just have to see. It'll be fun. I can't wait to start just posting video after video after video, getting the car going.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Everyone's been telling me I need to clean this old girl up. But, you know, it's just always been my beater. I never wanted it to be like a nice, clean car because then I can just thrash on it, rip motors in and out of it.
But and the way that I look at it too, if you enjoyed the car to a certain extent, I want you to still enjoy the car the same amount after it's painted. I'd rather have somebody go hard with the car and then we have to repaint something than for them to like bog down on on the car, you know?
I'm still going to enjoy it, painted or not. So that's what I figured. I was like, well, I can still treat it the exact same, but now it's going to start fresh again, and maybe 10 years from now I'm going to have to repaint it again, or know me a couple years.
And Wago's still looking good?
Yeah, Wago's still looking great, so...
Alright, man. Well, I guess I'm going to get started. If I got any questions or as far as placement of small things, I'll text you and we'll just go from there, man. I appreciate you bringing me the car, and it's going to be a good time. Alright, so the first thing that we got to do is the first thing that I do on every car. Relax. The first thing that I do on every car right when I get it is I got to get it clean because there's a bunch of debris. The pollen right now is crazy. So, we got to get it pulled out. We're gonna get it pulled out. We're gonna get it pulled out and get it pressure washed and get it clean. Alright. Ava, can you help me? Can you help me push? We gotta get the car over there. Help me push. It's recording. Go ahead. Gotta cover the exhaust. Alright, so as I started washing the car, I quickly realized I don't really need to pay attention to the front end of the car because the entire thing's going to be gone anyway, but I still wanted to get it clean and sanitary just so that way as I'm working on it, I'm not tracking dirt everywhere. So speaking of the front end, the first thing that I want to do is I want to get that ripped off. I just want to get it out of the way. The carbon doors I'm probably going to get out of the way because I eventually want to start to fit the factory doors. I want to get all that stuff figured out before I paint the car. I want to make sure the doors are going to close nice and proper, no sag to them. I just got to get the gaps right, I got to get them hung right, and I got to do some of that stuff. So let's just go ahead and get that front end ripped off. Now that the front end is ripped off and that took all of 5 minutes. It's really nice to work on a car that I'm so familiar with. So since I'm at this point and I can see the hinges for the doors, I think I'm just gonna swap the doors. I want to get the carbon fiber ones out of here. If I'm not going to be doing anything with them, I just want to put them aside so that way they don't get messed up in the action that is going to be taking place on this car. So to get the doors off, there's just 4 12s on each door, 2 12s on the top, 2 12s on the bottom. The door will leave, the hinge will stay, the hinge will be going back onto the OEM door, and then we'll worry about getting that fitted up nicely. And then when we get to that point, I'll show you a little trick on how to make sure the sag of the door is perfect, so that way when it closes, the little striker hits the latch perfectly, because that's what you want to do as you're putting a car together. Or even old cars, they tend to sag a little bit. You could do this trick on your car. If when you open your door falls a little bit, then when you close it, it crashes. Doesn't sound good. So you can utilize this trick on your car, if anything, even if you're not painting it. Same exact process that we just did, but in the reverse order. I found that it's easiest if you just do it like right away and it's still all fresh. It's pretty simple and easy to put the thing down, flip it in, and reverse it, right? Explain door sag and adjustment, so that way we get the door act like this is inside the door, so that way we get it to close and click as nice, easy, and simple as possible. So these doors, and a lot of doors have about 1/2 inch of sag at the very end, so you gotta make up for that 1/2 inch. So what I like to do is I like to loosen all the bolts, get a scissor jack, put it underneath the car, and then you can see right in here, I'm also gonna show you a clip right here of what's going on. So I want to make the door section, I want to compensate for that about 1/2 inch. So I want to come up with it so that way we're about flush at the striker, so that way by the time it relaxes that 1/2 inch, it's gonna drop down and close perfect into that little striker receiver inside the door jamb. So it's really quick, really simple. Overshoot it because you want it to relax lined up. So I'm just going to lift this door just a little bit, and then let's see if we can't get, because the problem is door's not closed, it's making noise, dropping when it comes down. So we want to fix that and make sure it closes nice and tight like it would from the factory. So I got my scissor jack right here. I like to put a little paint stick underneath the door so that way I don't mess it up. So now the door is loose and I can adjust it. So you can see that's going down, but I want to bring it up just a little bit. I think that should be good. So now I'm gonna go tighten the bolts, and then we should see it relax where this little gap and the striker is perfectly with one another. Alright, so now we can see the jack is gone, everything is good and tight, and this just barely with my pinky lines up perfect. Let me pop it open. No sort of drop or anything. So the metal section right here is exactly halfway in between there, and that is key. What you think, Lola? Good girl. So as of right now, with the hatch, the Boostedboiz red hatch, a car that I've been a fan of for a long time, like I mentioned just a little while ago. For day one, we just kind of started to get into it. I'm kind of starting to get an idea of how this project is going to go. Honestly, with how familiar I am with this chassis, dude, it's gonna go really well. In the next video, I'll probably give a full, more in-depth plan of some of the things that I plan on doing, and you're just gonna have to subscribe and stick around to see what those things are. So this is gonna be interesting. Day one, we got a lot done. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. So thank you so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. I'll see you on that next one. I'm gonna see you for sure. I'm out.